Hey, sweets.
Hey, Savories.
I'm Alyssa.
I'm AJ, and welcome to the Sweet or Savory podcast.
Welcome back, hopefully, to the Sweet or Savory podcast.
I was going to say, if this is your first time here, well, you know what? I'm speechless. Watch and listen to our past episodes, please, because we debate things like...
Can you be friends with your ex?
Disneyland or Disney World?
Would you rather pause or rewind in your life?
And of course... Is peanut butter sweet or savory? We're kind of dressed in some kind of peanut butter-ish colors.
Yeah, sweet peanut butter colors.
This is a Kuyate shirt, and you can go on our clothing brand's website, kuyate.com, for more. But stay tuned for more future topics like, what are our top 5 Disney movies?
What do we do for self-care?
And what are our red flags?
Ooh.
Please subscribe, rate, and review. Follow us on social media at Sweet or Savory Pod, and email us. No one really emails us, so...
Yes, we do. We got an email like last week.
No, you're right. I didn't mean to
what
say
do you mean,
no one.
No one. She's listening now, and she's like...
I'm no
we
one.
got to do a shout out eventually to our emails.
Our emailers. Yes, please. sweetorsavorypod@gmail.com. Check us out. Also, this is new on Kumu every week. We've had so much fun discussing our new episodes and debating with you about many more things on our Sweet or Savory live stream show on Kumu.
Today's topic is our rules for dating. Now, I know what you may be thinking. What does that even mean? You have rules for dating? Well, it's actually a TikTok trend that went viral. So for those that are familiar with that TikTok trend, maybe we'll put the link or we'll play a little bit of it.
Yeah.
Just look it up. Rules for dating. And it's where people either individually or with their partner go over their rules for dating. And even if you're like, there are some single people who are like not even dating anyone.
Yeah,
that are
rules.
Like, these are their rules for whoever wants to date them. Like, just so you know, these are my rules if you want to date me.
Yeah.
And it's just a very fun, very loose topic. Don't take it too seriously.
Yeah, please don't dig too deep into
Don't dig too deep.
As always, hello to our lovely producer, Julie Texan, behind the cam. Hello.
Hi, Julie.
And her lovely husband is right here next to us as well. You can't see him, but
behind the scenes.
He's right here, Nathan. Let's just get into it. Okay, so essentially, the TikTok people, the TikTokers, use a green screen effect on their app, and they put the Notes app screenshot of the Notes app, and they have a list of things. And Julie, do you want to let's just read them all, and then we'll go into them one by one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so here's the full list: location, passwords, height, your friends, their friends, girl best friend / guy best friend, lying, social media, partying, paying, compliments, liking opposite sex pics, and Snapchat.
And just a reminder, we didn't make these up, but we will be going over each of them.
Yeah. We didn't come up with this list, that's for sure. But also, this is what's trending on TikTok. So let's just do it and answer them, and maybe we'll learn something new about each other. Or, I don't know.
Or you'll learn something new about us.
Yeah.
So premarital counseling session number 5.
Yeah, we're not married yet, so.
Okay, so the first one is location. And I think this refers to, would you want your partner to always share their location with you?
Right.
On like your phones.
Should we go?
Yeah.
For us, it's a no, actually.
It's like not a requirement.
It's not a requirement. Yeah, we don't share locations with each other.
But you're sharing yours with mine, right?
I am?
Right now, yeah.
Oh, I didn't even know. I must have done that on accident. Okay, so the reason for that is because we actually like to surprise each other a lot. And so that's why we've never done it. For the chance that we would surprise each other either at each other's work.
You're right. Or across the country, honestly.
Especially, we've done this before. You can explain.
Yeah, so also, Alyssa pretended like she wasn't coming to the first, like my opening night in Boston.
Of his first.
And obviously, if I was like obsessed and checking her location all the time, I would have known she was actually on the way. You know what I mean? Things like that. So I know it kind of sounds like an excuse. Like, I know someone's going to be like, well, that's a little sketchy.
No, I don't think so, because steering locations is a new thing. Like, we just had the technology to start doing that. Before, how would we have done that? So,
at the end of the day, someone always has our location no matter what. So if we really need an emergency thing, my mom has my location.
My entire family has my location. I have AJ's entire family's location as well.
Yeah.
So like, if they needed to reach me, they have my location. There's no like worry about that. I think maybe it would change if there was like a security reason for it. Like if we needed to make sure we were being safe, but
like an Uber or something.
Yeah, I always share my location when I'm in Ubers, or if I'm like gone for a day, like I'll share it, but we don't like have our locations shared.
Yeah. Cool.
Okay, number 2 is passwords. Do you know each other's passwords to your phones and just everything in general?
Yes, we have each other's phone passwords. Because, I mean, why not? You know what I mean? Not to necessarily go snooping, but it's like, if we need something, I need to call my own phone. Like, I don't have to ask.
It's really for convenience. And like, AJ drives more than I do. So I'll like be on his phone to like type emails or send my pictures like on the phone or content and things like that. So we have each other's passwords. I don't have like every single one of your passwords to like your social media or anything, but we do have a shared email address. So we, for collabs and things like that, for Sweet or Savory Pod.
Yeah. And also the password to like my computer and stuff if you need it.
I have those.
I do feel like though, when I was in an insecure relationship or an anxious attachment, I used to look in phones and
I did too.
Yeah, and my partner would look in my phone.
I'm not gonna lie, I did that with AJ's phone in our very early relationship.
I also did that with Alyssa as well.
So in the very beginning stages, we did, which I wouldn't necessarily recommend.
I don't recommend
because
you do that.
Yeah, I mean, if you have like a gut instinct, maybe it depends on your situation, but if you have a pretty good relationship and you're just like curious, you might find things out of context and might find things that you're not, I don't know. Just like,
you're always going to find something.
Yeah. I don't think it's a great idea.
That will irk you.
But we did it. So can't really talk.
I mean, as we talked about in our last episode, many people are not 100% secure. So you're going to find something that you're insecure about for sure if you do that.
Right.
Yes.
Wait.
Nothing to add.
No, there was a little hesitance. Or maybe hesitance was like confirmation. Like, Julie, how do you feel about this?
I was waiting to see if you had any more thoughts before I chimed in.
No.
But I agree. We... technically, I know Nathan's password to his phone, but I always forget what it is.
Really, the phone? Do you have the 6-digit one or
no? It's very simple, but I don't know.
It's just one of those things you don't have to.
It's just like if I want to get his phone, I'll just ask him. If his phone is here, then he's here. So
yeah. I always forget AJ's computer password. Like I always have to text you. I still don't know it right now.
Yeah.
Okay, what about height? Does height matter to you?
This is hilarious.
Okay. I think when I was in college, maybe in high school, a little naive, height did matter. And I was always like, I want to date a tall guy because I'm short and I want to have like medium-sized kids.
What?
Or like because I'm short, I didn't want short kids. Like I don't know, like that's just something that I think like is ingrained in us.
In
They're
society,
like, try to like even out your genetics, and it's really like for survival.
Yeah.
Like that's where it comes from. And anyway, but I mean, obviously, height doesn't matter to me.
What do you mean, obviously?
No, I mean like no. No. I mean, like, I don't care about it anymore.
You're like, obviously. I mean, do you see him?
No, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it like that.
I'm also not necessarily insecure about my height. I am like, I know that I'm shorter than a lot of guys. Yeah. You know what I mean?
I'm sorry. I didn't mean it like that.
But I will say I've never like gone for someone who is, like 3 inches, 4 inches taller than me. I think I have dated someone who is maybe an inch or two. And and not by anything that I was necessarily looking for, but yeah, maybe in my mind, I'm like, oh, yeah, maybe the person I'm going for has to be kind of shorter or the same height.
Well, like I used to say, even like, I just want to date someone who's taller than me. But like, even now, like, we're never going to break up. But like, if I were to date now, like, that's just not an importance, you know? I feel like as you get older,
as you mature, you realize other things are just have so much more of an impact on your actual life.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's absolutely
genetics.
Right. But when you wear heels, you're taller than me.
No. Babe, I'm 5'1.5". There's no way. I'm not wearing
4-inch heels.
Yeah, I'm never wearing
I do
4 or 5-inch heels. That's way too tall. Maybe it's my posture and your posture.
Even right now.
Because sometimes you slump.
Camera check.
Sometimes you slump.
Camera check. Okay, well, the next one is your friends and their friends.
And what does that mean?
To be honest, I don't know.
Okay, so what I learned from the TikTok trend is that it means like your friends, like getting along with them, or like their validation from their friends. Was that a rule?
Do you need to get along with their friends, and do they need to get along with your friends?
Exactly, that's exactly it. Is that a rule?
Okay,
I'll go first then, since you don't know. For me, honestly, no. I think overall, like, judge of character, but they don't necessarily have to like get along and like hang out and it be like a huge group thing. Because I'm okay with like having my own friends, and then separate. Even though that's not the case with our friends, we share friends, which is nice. It's like really great to have, but I wouldn't say like it's a requirement. Honestly, like it's not a requirement I thought about when I was dating.
Yeah, I do have to say that you had a few friends, probably a majority of your friends from college, that had very strong opposite political beliefs as me and you.
Yeah,
I felt.
I was like gonna say,
and not that I don't want to, not that I hate those people, but it's easier to get along with someone who, you know, has the same kind of like moral beliefs, I guess, in a way. I guess everyone does have, at the end of the day, like we all value like similar things, but you know, when it was around, also we started dating around the first election. So the first crazy election. The first crazy
George Washington.
The 2016 election, which was a big election.
Yeah, the Trump the first Trump election was very big, and that was around that time. So it was a little, I do remember saying like, I'm like, yo, I don't think
it's gonna work out.
Like, I don't think I can be friends with these people. Like, is what I was thinking.
Were you judging Alyssa too because of her friends at all?
No, because I knew
you knew where I stood. Right?
I didn't know where she stood, and at least even if there were
vocal about it.
Yeah, you were very vocal, and I knew your heart. You know, from like the first couple months. So that's why I was like, I felt like I was a little surprised. You know, and I was like, oh, that's weird, but also. That was me kind of being a little judgmental at first and not giving them necessarily a chance. And not that they need to prove anything to me. Like, who am I? But it is important. I know it was important to you that I would get along with some of your very close friends. And I'm just so glad that I think anyone on both sides can just get blinded by what they think should be. And I'm so glad I kind of opened my eyes. And I was just watching one of acceptance speech from Joaquin Phoenix recently. And he was just like, the best of humanity is when we like give each other a chance and we grow, when we make mistakes and we lift each other up from them and not necessarily just like throw them away or cancel them or whatever. You know what I mean?
You give people the opportunity to see your side and grow from it. I think that's like the beautiful part of humanity.
Absolutely.
And they've changed.
Yes. Yeah, you're right.
I think that helps.
And they've grown in their journey.
Yeah, in their journey.
But yeah, that's funny. It's so funny because this is like a TikTok trend. We're going like deeper.
It's hard not to sometimes. Yeah.
What about you, Alyssa, for AJ's Friends?
It was so easy to get along with AJ's Friends. I feel like, I'm trying to think if there was any. I don't think I had any like.
I think there's one.
Who?
Like couple that you kind of, just because of like alcohol and stuff. Like when they're drunk, you're like, oh, I'd rather not party with them today.
Who?
Off the mic.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. There's a particular friend that I feel I don't necessarily like. It drains my energy.
Drains your energy, yeah.
Drains my energy, not the vibes. Drains a lot of people's energy, not just me.
Mm-hmm.
From what I've calculated.
Yeah.
So I try to avoid.
But it's a journey, though.
It is a journey. Yeah, they've also changed.
They've also grown.
Yeah, not changed, grown.
They've grown, yeah. And there's more tolerance.
Yeah,
there for sure.
So you both felt like I would like my partner to get along with my friends, but it wasn't that you needed. It wasn't a rule.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we would respect if like we didn't want to hang out with a certain person,
right? Yeah, we still do.
Yeah, we still do that.
I agree. Actually, I think it was pretty important to me that Nathan got along with my close friends.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree. No, this one is not so obvious, highly controversial.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
How do you feel about your partner having a best friend that is the opposite gender?
Yeah, so girl best friend, guy best friend.
If you were to have asked me in the beginning of our relationship, or if I was dating, I would say that's a no, because there's just like, I feel like it's okay to have like best friend relationships, but then that relationship changes and like they no longer are your best friend. You're, in my eyes, like your partner becomes your best friend
Yeah, we've talked about this.
Yeah, but it's so different for AJ. Like, I don't know. Your friends were always just like so welcoming. Like, I never got any like weird vibes from your best friends.
Yeah.
Shout out to Kat, who's like your girl best friend. And Danny, who's like now one of my bridesmaids. All of AJ's, like AJ has a lot of strong like
just
women relationships in his life that I love. Like, it's like a blessing, I feel.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
And you know what's funny too is Kathleen, I've always just kind of called her my best friend when I was younger. I was in middle school. I was just kind of like looked up to her. I thought she was like so cool, because we were church friends and stuff and our families were really close. And it was just kind of a label I would just put on. Mm-hmm. But we actually did get very close like over the years and through college. And she's always been there for me since I was a kid, literally a kid. You know what I mean? So it's cool that as adults, we appreciate our friendship now. And yeah, she is one of my best friends.
She's a sponsor in our wedding.
Yeah, she's one of our sponsors. So yeah, I think in that way. But at the end of the day too, your real, quote unquote, real best friend, and I talked about this in the Can You Be Friends with Your Ex podcast, even if Arby, my guy best friend, my childhood best friend, is my best friend, quote unquote, my real best friend is my partner. You know what I mean? And that's exactly what you said. It's like
it starts to shift.
It shifts and the priorities and stuff, and that's very cool. But I would also call like my sisters my best friends, and but yeah, that's not the question.
What about me?
About you? Well, I don't even know. Well, one of your guy best friends that you first introduced to me is gay.
Yeah, I actually don't have a guy best friend. I have like, those are like, I would say Ryan, shout out to Ryan Ong. He listens to our podcast. He was definitely like my guy best friend from high school. Yeah. But like now in like my adulthood, because we would be closer if he didn't live so far. He's in New York. But I don't actually have like a really close like guy best friend that I like, but
if you had one, it would be Ryan.
Yeah, it'd probably be Ryan. And yeah, he's gay. So I guess that changes things.
Yeah, I guess that changes the security that you would have.
Yeah. But yeah, I feel like I'm a girl's girl, so I have more like girl best friends.
Right.
Yeah.
But you can always count on all my guy best friends to be there for you.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I mean? But I will say that the optics of it, like having a girl best, like, I think that's kind of corny sometimes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I used to call Kathy Nguyen like my best friend online, just so that like people would know that we're like friends.
Tight,
like, and super tight. You know what I mean? But it's just like, and she is one of my closest. She's one of our closest friends.
That was like a generation of like MySpace and like like where you like you wanted to like call people
label
and like label everyone on your like top 8 and things. You wanted to have like a best friend.
Yeah, but we know what's real now. Yeah,
we know. Okay, now on to the one that I don't even know why this is on the list. It's so obvious. What do you think about lying? Is your partner allowed to lie to you?
Obvious answer is no, of course.
Great. Moving on. I'm just kidding.
I think that there maybe have been situations where I have like white lied to not hurt your feelings.
Like when?
I don't know.
I was trying to think. I'm like, I was literally going to say, I don't think we've ever lied to each other.
No, I'm trying to think if like someone maybe was like said something about you and I just didn't let you know. You know what I mean? Like leaving it out. But not someone important.
That would hurt my feelings.
No, not someone important. I know it would. Who though.
Is it?
I don't know. I'm thinking in a situation that to protect your feelings, I maybe would leave some things out.
I see.
But that's also a category of lying, leaving stuff out.
Yeah, you have lied. You have lied to me about our proposal. Does that count?
Like surprises?
Surprises don't count.
Well, yeah, AJ is a big surpriser. So yeah, you lied to me a lot.
I mean, I surprise my sisters. I surprise I love surprising people.
Have I lied to you? I don't think so.
I also think I'm a good actor too. You know what I mean?
Scary. Where's the truth?
Lying is not good.
I think lying is different from surprising.
Yeah, that's true. Because the intention's different.
Are you trying to think of a time when you lied to me?
Yeah, I can't remember.
That's so sweet.
I'm not a good liar also. I'm not a good actress yet, but I'll get there.
We do communicate. You are a good actress.
I'm trying to be better.
We do have a good... We communicate to each other really well. And if, we're annoying each other. I mean, it comes out in jokes sometimes.
Oh.
It's so funny, right?
Yeah. We roast each other a lot.
We roast each other. If we roasted each other publicly, people would be like...
Yeah. We roast each other in private when it's just us two. And if you heard some of the things we
well, okay.
The other, it's kind of mean.
I'll share one.
What is it?
You were like... Oh, I'm 30 years old and I have plugs still. Oh.
Okay, but you were roasting me too. So it wasn't like, well, you need to tell the whole story. You can't just say the thing that I said.
Anyway.
Oh, okay. I don't remember what I said, so.
You didn't say anything. We were talking about Funkos and if I could display them in our guest room. And you were like, oh, I still have Funko toys.
I'm sorry. Okay. No, because you were like, are you seriously stressing out over my Funkos? You gotta be kidding me. Because we're talking about like our eventually having our own place and whatever. And AJ was like gaslighting me for caring about the aesthetics and saying, unfortunately.
I wasn't gaslighting you. I was just saying like, is that going to be a serious problem?
Not actual gaslighting, but he was definitely like, oh, wow, you really care about this? And so then I came back with, oh, I'm 33 and I love Funkos. Sorry.
No lying in that conversation whatsoever.
No lying.
Yeah, opposite of lying.
That's a cold, hard truth.
Anyway, moving on.
Okay, so now that we're all telling the truth, how do we feel about rules around social media when dating?
And that's separate from liking pictures, right?
Yeah.
Maybe like
according
DMs,
to this list.
DMs or something like that.
Do they like, let's say, I don't know if this is the original intention. I'm just going to make something up.
Make it up.
Let's say maybe this is when you're first dating someone, like if they are, did you care if that AJ had a large following on social media?
Oh.
Do you kind of like look at the person's profile and assess from there? Or you're like, I literally don't care what their social media looks like?
Got it. Okay. Do you want to go first? I should go first because of the question. I did know he had a large following because I, followed your journey. You've been around on YouTube for forever. So I already obviously knew you would have a following. As far as like caring about social media, You were the first person I dated that actually cared or had a social media. Like not even just following, but like actually posted.
Yeah.
Because I think when we first started dating, at least, I don't know, it wasn't as big yet. Like social media wasn't as big yet. So a lot of the guys I dated like didn't care about social media and actually hated that I like cared about it. Yeah, like cared about like curating a photo, or like I actually had like a food account before, and I had one of my exes say that was like really embarrassing.
Oh.
Yeah.
What the hell?
I was really hurt about that, and I stopped posting because I didn't want to be embarrassing. I know, how sad.
Petition to bring back Alyssa's food account.
It's called Alyssa Eats, but
That's so cute.
I stopped posting on it because I didn't want to like disrupt like eating, and then I also didn't want to be embarrassing. So
what?
I know. So you were the first guy that I dated that actually like cared about social media, and I liked it because like you actually got me more into social media than I used to before. So.
Yeah, I think it's only a good thing. Obviously, like, we both now have a social media presence, and we can say the same for everybody in this room. I feel like it's just like necessary for our job. So like, why keep it? Why restrict? You know what I mean? All right, what's next, Jilly?
Okay, next on the list is partying. How do you feel about your significant other going to parties without you?
I think that we are, or I can really only speak for myself. Like, I'm at a healthy place when it comes to partying. Like, I don't get like super rowdy or anything like that. When I drink, I don't like drink to black out. Not that I ever did that. But like, I don't get like...
I did.
I don't get reckless like I have memories of partying at the Riverside house with all the homies and then just like waking up super hungover. That doesn't really happen anymore. So I if we're talking about now, I'm fine with it because that's how I feel about you actually too.
Oh, go to all the parties you want, baby. I actually like now. If you haven't heard some of the other episodes, again, like I am more of an introvert. I don't like love going to parties all the time. And by parties, I mean like not like a close like friend's birthday or like gathering. Like I'm talking about like going clubbing or like doing some like social, like big social event where you don't know a lot of people. I don't necessarily like love them. So, but I don't want to restrict you from going. So I would be more than happy if you went without me.
Please party without me.
Please party without me. But also like I have like full trust in you. So like that's never even crossed my mind.
Yeah. I mean, it complicates things when we both are driving the same car. And if I want to stay and party.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Sorry.
But no, yeah, I feel the same way. If you wanted to go out and party, and you're like, I'm staying, be like, all right, I'm going to go home.
Yeah. But I have been in relationships where I haven't felt like that. Like in college, when things are more insecure. If my ex was going to a party and I wasn't going, I would feel like oh no, like something's going to happen. Yeah, like someone's going to hit on them or like they're going to do something. So yeah, I haven't always felt like this, but our relationship is just... solid.
We communicate.
Solid.
Communicate.
What about paying for things? I think we have a whole episode coming up on money. But what are your expectations around paying and dating? Not paying for the date.
Right. Just paying.
We're pretty even. Yeah. And it's not like even, we like to not have to pay each other back too much. It's like, oh, we got it this time, you get it next time, things like that. So I think our relationship has pretty much been pretty even from the start.
Yeah. And that does come with like the places where we are in our like financial journey and our careers and stuff.
Well, actually in the very beginning, you did offer to pay for me because I was like not... I was like struggling to find... I didn't have a job yet.
Yeah.
And so when you would ask me to go out, you often like offered to pay for like food and stuff. But since I've had a job, like it's always been equal.
Yeah.
At the very beginning, did you, Alyssa, expect AJ, or in general, did you always expect the guy to pay? Was it a rule, like if he didn't, that you were like, not cool?
I think if he invited me to go somewhere, then there was a little bit of an expectation, like you're going to cover my...
That's like, a fair expectation.
Especially if like I would drive to Riverside, right? Yeah. It's kind of far. And so like if we would go to a movie...
Yeah, I'm like, come through. Yeah. I got you on dinner.
Yeah, exactly. So I guess I kind of did because... But if I asked you, like I would offer to pay for it, like lunch or dinner or something.
Yeah. But it's whatever, honestly. Yeah. I don't remember anything.
Yeah, I don't remember it either. So far behind.
Okay, what about compliments?
What does that mean?
It means like, do you require compliments, right?
Yeah, let's say, do you expect your partner to compliment you? Because
I see.
Some people might be in a relationship where it's kind of like, I love you, I told you once, I'll tell you if it changes type of thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And other people are like, no, you need to be continually like reminding me, making me feel good, and like, don't be a slacker when it comes to compliments.
It's kind of like a love languages thing.
I like compliments.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Like literally like 7:00 at night, she's like, you didn't tell me all day that I looked good in this shirt.
Yeah. Or like, it's usually like specific things. It's not like you need to tell me I'm beautiful. It's like you didn't comment on my nails that I just got done. Like little things. Like I want you to pay attention to the little things. So
that's funny. I do that to you now because you do that to me. So when I come in with a haircut, I'm like,
yeah, I know. He always does that. Or if we FaceTime in the car, he's silent until I say something about his hair. He's like, it's kind of funny.
Hello.
So now I picked up on every time he has a haircut, I have to say it right away.
Yeah. You too, though.
Or else negative points for me.
There's no point system.
But if there were.
Or is there? What about you, AJ?
Oh, what about me? No, I don't require it. Don't require it at all.
But you like it.
Yeah, I do. I do.
Sometimes you will bring it up. Sometimes like you'll be like, oh, I need to feel like the love. I didn't feel the love from you today or something like that. I'm like, what do you mean? And then I'll like shower you with compliments and then it's all good.
That's nice. I am also kind of used to a lot of like positive feedback because I've lived my whole life online and stuff, and I create music and stuff like that, So anytime I meat anyone, they're like, man, you're so good. You're so good at music. So maybe I don't really feel the need to need
like have it in a relationship.
Yeah, I guess so. But yeah, of course it means more when it comes from you, for sure. But I don't need validation on like things I know I'm good at. You know what I mean? Like my music and my musicality, not my music. I'm not going to say all my music is good, but I know I'm very good at music.
Yes, you are.
Thanks. Aww. See, that was me fishing for a compliment the whole time.
I already knew. All right, last one. This goes back to social media. How do you feel about your partner liking pictures of the opposite sex? If you're obviously in your relationship, heterosexual relationship.
I wouldn't mind, but I don't know if you're in that position more than I am in. Yeah. Because like I have a lot of like model friends in the industry and stuff, right? So I feel like they're on my feed more than I've seen. Not that I look at your feed.
I only follow friends. Like I don't.
Yeah, like there's models. Not a lot of male models on Instagram that are like that you would be
like liking.
I guess,
well, I guess there could be like celebrity thirst
celebrities,
traps.
Celeb thirst traps,
but not. Yeah, it's different. It's different.
They're not friends of yours, maybe. Whereas some of those same types of posts from women are friends of yours.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. So AJ would be following, but
right.
Yeah.
How do you feel about it? I'm curious.
Honestly, sometimes it doesn't like it doesn't. Sometimes it doesn't feel good. I'm not gonna lie.
Really?
Yeah, like, well, if you're there have been times where I've like seen you scroll and you'll like pause and it'll be like maybe like more raunchy, but I know it's like
raunchy.
I know it's your friend or like I don't know who they are, but you'll like pause and it's like, and I'm just like, what is that? Like I've never really like it hasn't gotten to the point where it's like bugged me to where I would like be like, don't like that picture. Yeah. But sometimes it doesn't feel good. Not gonna lie. Yeah. It's just like, why is he like looking for too long? You know what I mean?
Even if it's like 1 second instead of half of a second, I get what you mean. Where it's just like the pause. Wait, why are you pausing?
Yeah, exactly. And
don't you have enough over here?
It really, and the thing is, it's not an insecurity about like the whole body thing. Like, I don't know. I don't really feel insecure like to compare my body type to like another person's, but it's just like I guess it's
like, why are you so curious?
Yeah, like why did it make you pause is more of a thing. Like, why are you curious?
Okay, not that I'm defending. I'm not defending myself here, and I thank you for telling me that doesn't feel good sometimes. I mean, I feel like those photos are meant to catch your attention
that's the thing. Yeah. I do agree. But that's the thing is like the need or the pause is a very like lustful
right,
you know, thing. Yeah. And so it's like, are you needing that? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, it's
a thought.
It's absolutely a natural thing for me to see that photo and be like, pause. Yeah. Because it's that's that photo. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I feel so bad that
you don't have to feel. It's like
it's just natural. Yeah.
I think natural on both of our reactions to what that is.
Yeah, because same. It wouldn't like that is something that I would react to too. The difference is it doesn't come up for me. You know what I mean?
And it takes your brain sometimes, I think, a while to process what you're even looking at. Yeah. So if you see someone and it's your friend, it might even take a couple seconds before you're like, oh, why am I looking at this? Like, I was just noticing that it was my friend, or it just takes a second sometimes to realize.
Well, the thing is, I think I have not called you out on it before, but I'm like, what was that? And you're like, oh, it's just my friend. And then it's just like, oh yeah, like whatever. Yeah. But like the difference is like, I don't get stuff like that on my page because I don't like stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like physically like.
Oh, right. Yeah. So you're saying it comes up on my algorithm because I'd be liking it?
That's what I was trying to say. That's where the thought process goes. Yeah.
I don't want to keep using that's my friend as an excuse. I actually don't like a ton of photos.
Yeah.
So the pause is to look and then not like, I guess, to give myself some
points,
some props.
Is there a version of that you have, AJ, for Alyssa? Because maybe it's not the same issue, but is there something else on social media that you would ever feel like, oh, why does she think that guy's funnier than me or something like that?
No, not social media wise. There was one time we were watching All American.
That caused a riff.
It's this show and they were on the beach, you know, and literally she was like, wow, that's like my ideal body, like ideal guy or something like that.
Yeah, something along those lines. It wasn't that exact thing, but it was like
it felt like
that's
it.
like
it
that's like my type, like my ideal type.
My dream type or something. My dream type.
Yeah. Shout out to
that didn't feel good.
The actor from All American.
His
name is Michael.
Sure.
I follow him.
He's hot. He's super hot. I guess it is a difference between celebrities and then maybe some people who are like 1 degree from you.
You've brought that up before because we've talked about like hall passes, which I know that's not on this list, but then you've also said like it can't be like someone who's like a possibility, an actual possibility. So yeah, more restrictions, I guess.
So I guess we don't need to get into. I have so many questions, but I'm like, we should wrap it up.
That could be a whole other podcast.
I'm like, ooh, let's get into the juicy
stuff. That could be a whole other
stuff.
podcast.
Okay, cool. Well, the last one was just Snapchat, which I think we already basically covered everything social media wise.
I think that's a Gen Z thing. Like, do Gen Z people still have Snapchat?
Yeah. My sister
they like
still
text
uses Snapchat.
over Snapchat, basically.
Mm-hmm. The heck?
Yeah.
I actually recently re-downloaded it because, you know, I'm an influencer manager. Right. I was trying to stay up with the times. Yeah. And I'm 90 years old on that thing.
Honestly, I don't even know what it looks like. I can't give it
the proper attention it needs as an app. You know what I mean?
It's because our friends don't use it. Like if if all of our friends used it, we'd probably still be using it.
Awesome.
Well, that's the entire list.
Those are our rules for dating.
You guys passed.
Yeah, we passed. I mean, it got a little hot at the end. It got a little intense.
Spicy.
But yeah.
Still recovering.
Still recovering.
Thank you for everyone who's listened to our podcast the whole way through. Hope you enjoyed.
Hope you enjoyed. Found some golden nuggets. Thanks again to all who have contributed. Our Twitch family, Discord, Instagram followers, all our friends and family who support our pod, our Glisten Up team.
Check out our podcast episode page for more debates like, is a hot dog a sandwich?
Would you rather fight an army of moth-sized moose or one moose-sized moth?
Does pineapple belong on pizza?
Or can you be friends with your ex and other polarizing topics? We want to thank, of course, our producers, Nathan Texan behind the camera. Hey, what's up? And the lovely Julie Texan, who actually has a podcast of her own that just launched. Check out the last couple episodes that have been out of really pretty good podcast.
Yeah, check it out.
Yes, check it out. Check it out. Follow her on Instagram, please, to find out more.
Follow her on Instagram at really pretty good.
Follow Nathan too.
Thank you.
At Bring Out the Gold.
Oh my gosh, we haven't plugged Nathan. Oh my gosh.
I suck.
Big mistake. Follow Nathan.
Amazing. Follow him on TikTok because he has some really funny skits on there.
Yes. And it's Bring Out the Gold on both. Yes. Yeah. Bring Out the Gold.
Bring Out the Gold. I love both of your usernames together.
I know. It just matches. It's a perfect match.
I've always said I think I need to start an Instagram called Bring Out the Rose Gold.
I would follow immediately.
That's an immediate follow.
Immediate follow from me.
Well, don't forget to follow us and interact with us on social media.
At Sweet or Savory Pod. And email us, sweetorsavorypod@gmail.com. Also, check us out on Kumu every week as we discuss new episodes, possibly even debate more on our Sweet or Savory live stream show.
So please rate, review, subscribe, 5 stars, please, and tell your friends and your family and your mom and your dad and your pets.
Stay sweet.
Or savory.
Oh.